where the body is, do you think on my chair, or do you include also this room? All the other people who are with us? You know, if the reality is where my body is.
Your reality is where your body is.
But my body is on this chair.
Well, yes, okay, but the chair is not your reality, your body is.
But is the reality what's outside of me in this room?
There is no reality outside you in this room.
Okay, thank you.
Only your body is real, and your body or your brain, through the great miracle of existence, all this around you is yourself. Everyone here is a part of yourself. That's the truth.
Thanks.
But, of course, we weren't talking to that. Your body is the center of the universe. That means you are responsible for everything. You are, if you could only see it inside, you are responsible for all that is around you, all these people. You have created them from a very, very deep place inside of you. And I'm not going into that now, because what we're doing is entering the body up here, and what we're talking about is down there, where it comes from. No, you are not sitting on a chair, you are a body. If at one level you are sitting on a chair, but your body is your reality. That's got nothing to do with the chair. Do you see that? Well, might be difficult, but your body, your chair is not a part of your body. Is it?
No.
Right. So your body is the reality. Thank you anyway.
Thank you.
Now, it's a difficult one to get because we're so used to being fed the bullshit that religions feed us and everyone feeds us some way to God, and there is no other way to God but through your own body, which is the center of the universe, and we have to go in there. And we've got to get rid of all the fears and doubts and emotions in the subconscious there, which protects us from the truth. And that's what we're doing here, and why I'm speaking to you like I do. Because who else is going to speak to you like I do? Who else is going to be down there in the very nitty-gritty of it? For I am here. I am here to get down into the very being of you. That's why I'm here, by God's will. And that's what I'm doing. And we've got to start somewhere. And we've got to start intelligently. To be intelligent, somebody's got to convey some intelligence that is pure and not the usual intelligence of the professors and Einstein's theory and the rest of it all mind stuff. Like the master that taught me used to call it mind weed. Oh, what a great word that is. And I'm not talking about an Eastern master either. I had one of those rarest things on earth. A Western master who wasn't even a Western master, was just pure, wonderful, pure master, pure God, master, not out of the East. None of that Eastern stuff, just pure, straight, wonderful, like I am. Yes, please. Yeah. Okay, Andre, isn't it? Good. May I have the microphone, please? Where is it now? Oh, yes.
Yes. When you say body, do you actually mean the sensation within the body? Because when you say, myself creates the whole room and all the people sitting here, I see the truth of that. But then my body, the creation, the exterior appearance, is also a creation of my mind, isn't it?
Yes, well, no, it's a creation of your brain.
Of my brain, yes.
Not your mind. Your mind is not your brain. Your brain is something that's natural to you. That is a natural thing to have a brain in this existence, right? And then that diversifies into a mind through experience and past. So it is the brain that creates the division, divides us all up and creates individuals, right? Appearances. Whereas in truth, there's no such thing. But in this existence, it is all polarities, right? And a polarity is that woman and this man. And you won't find anything in humanity really, except where there gets a psychic mix-up, of man and woman. You can tell by their genitals, right? Like they de-sex the children. It's like they sex the chickens, right? Tell you by your genitals, right? Well, what's wrong with that? That's how it's done, isn't it? Just because you get psychically mixed up between your genitals. Well, not everyone's mixed up like that, just a very few. But that's how you tell whether there's a man or a woman. Naturally. Okay, but things have got mixed up, and I'm not going into that. Because I am responsible for the mix-up. Right? I am responsible for the whole flame and lot of the confusion on earth. But then what am I? I am the human race, right? I am the one thing that is humanity. And it is because my humanity has got into wishing and hoping and wanting and all the rest of it that it has messed up the psyche, and now we get apparent women in men's bodies and men in women's bodies. And you can see that sometimes in a woman by her appearance, that she grows hair and everything and makes it into a man, and that's where it's real. But where homosexuality doesn't have that sign, it's not real at all. It's not real at all. But it's psychic, and I'm not going into that today. Right. We're going into the body today. So it's a good question, though. There is the brain, which creates the division in existence, which creates yes and no, right, up and down, and all the rest of it, right? It creates all that. It's a divider, and once it divides things like Adam and Eve, it then has to divide Adam and Eve into 4 other things, and then that 4 other things it's got to divide into 8 other things, and like science, dividing all the time, dividing, until you get enormous complication, which is what humanity is.
And my body is part of that.
Your body is a part of that, yes, but the responsibility for it is inside your body.
Exactly. So it's a sensation. The only reality is a sensation.
Only reality is your sensation.
Thank you.
Right. Your body comes out of that. Now, so we got boxes inside of boxes, right? The first box is the whole universe, the imagined universe. It's only imagined, you know. Because there's only one I in the universe, there's only one life in the universe, and there's only one feeling of life in the universe, and that's in that body. You can't feel the person next to you. You can imagine you can. You just got the feeling of life here, haven't you? So there's no life anywhere else. That's all imagination. Just doesn't exist. There are life forms otherwise. You're in a life form too, but it's only a form of life. It's not a life. No form is life. The life is inside the form, and you're the only one. Unless you want to use your imagination. And everybody uses their imagination, which is the curse of human existence. Imagination. Because it leads to worry. And is worry a good thing? Anybody ever enjoy lying awake there at night saying, I wish I could stop worrying? Is that a good thing? Well, if you keep thinking all day, then you've got to worry at night, right? Very straightforward. So inside the body, the first box is the universe. Inside the universe is the first box, which amazingly is my body. And my means the person listening to these words. In my body. Now I must enter this box in my body. And what do I find that's real in there? We don't want any unreal stuff, please, because everyone's communicating from their emotions and their minds, and they're all unreal and nothing lasts. We want something that lasts inside the body. And what is it? Its name is pure sensation, which we've discussed is in the hands and then becomes the whole body when you can do it. But from time to time, the brain will remember. The brain will remember the body, and even though the body has virtually disappeared, you can suddenly become aware of your leg. Now you've got to be careful, you mustn't get distracted by that because it'll make you think. Any remembering will make you think. So you must come back to the pure sensation, and then that member will disappear. You must stop remembering. The whole thing is, the human race has remembered everything. Einstein's theory, 2 and 2 plus 4, everybody's remembered everything and therefore forgotten what's important. Because you've remembered everything that's in your memory, you have forgotten what's important. And our children are being taught to remember everything, remember this, remember that, and so they forget what's important. History of the human race. We're endeavoring to not forget anymore, to dismantle this terrible, intricate, complicated subtext that we've invented that's stopping us from seeing the truth that we've forgotten. So there, the first box inside the body that is real is the pure sensation. And now we've got the pure intelligence which does not move like the mind and does not interpret or have any conversations, and it focuses on the pure intelligence. Now you can do it now with your eyes open, please. You get the pure intelligence. It is best to close the eyes because the eyes will start to remember, help the mind to remember the hands or something, but it is best if you can, well, try and do it with the eyes open. There is a sensation right around your body. Don't differentiate it into something, one part of it is finer than the other. Try not to do that. That's a truth. It is a truth of self-discovery that some parts of it is finer than the other. But what we're endeavoring to do is to bring the whole lot together where there is no differentiation. And that is the source of the body. The body comes out of that. And the more that my intelligence, my pure intelligence, can focus on this sensation, the sensation actually disappears. The intelligence disappears. And I am in the state of being. Now, the state of being is complete unknowing. I cannot know that I am in the state of being. So how do I know I'm in the state of being? You cannot know it. So how do I register it? You cannot register it because it's nothing. Well, stop asking stupid questions and just do it. Because you can only be it, you see. It's beyond the mind, it's beyond questions, it's beyond any description, the state of being. And that's the next box inside the pure sensation. And there is no limit, no end to the state of being. It goes down through the pure psyche, through everything, right onto eternity and down to anything that you like, whatever you like to call it. And that's how deep and profound each one of us is. So I suggest that you practice this when you are not with me, that you practice it as often as possible. Because the more you practice it and do it, the more you will be it. And the more you are it, the more intimations of reality you will have. Without knowing anything, you will have intimations of reality. And you will have what I call knowledge without knowing. And that is pure knowledge. Knowing is not pure knowledge.